Welcome back to Piers Morgan Uncensored. US Democrats are scrambling to minimise the fallout from a discovery of classified documents of President Biden's home and former office. Leon Panetta, the former CIA chief, told me earlier that Biden had made a mistake. So will it harm Biden's re-election plans, and does it get Trump off the hook? Well, joining me now is the most watched woman in cable news in America, Fox News host and superstar, Laura Ingraham. Laura, your debut on Piers Morgan Uncensored. I can't think of anybody better to be on the show than someone as uncensored as you.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
Two quick questions before we get to the classified documents. Two people we've been talking about in the show so far. Prince Harry. What is your view of these two, Harry and Meghan? Because apparently their approval ratings plummeting now in America, according to a Newsweek poll out today.
Well, you know, I always use my 17-year-old daughter as a good barometer for what she thinks of, you know, the celebrity set. And I asked her, I said, Maria, you know, what do you think? You've been reading all this stuff about Harry and Meghan. And my daughter said, well, Meghan's really pretty. You know, I like her clothes. But he seems like a real wuss. Like, that's a 17-year-old's opinion of what is going on here. And I think that kind of sums it up for a lot of people. I mean, it seems that the Queen, when she passed on, it brought back, I think, everything that, you know, we love about tradition and respect and duty, service to country, service to nation. And she really epitomized that. And that was such a wonderful tribute and send-off to her, almost an era gone by. And he is kind of representing almost the 180-degree opposite, at least in this period. I'm not talking about when he was in the military or any of that, but in this period, a lack of gratitude, a lack of concern for his family. I like people who kind of keep it inside the family. You want to complain to your family.
Totally agree.
Complain within the walls of the family. Otherwise, lose the title and go on your merry way.
I completely agree. If you don't like it, give up the titles and just be the new Kardashians. It's fine. Talking of keeping things inside, Madonna. New World Tour. I have a view. It's not a very favourable view. I think she's a crinkly hot mess. Your take?
Well, I'm glad you're bringing me on to talk about the issues that I spend my time focused on. Piers, this is why I love you. You never know what you're going to get on this show. Okay, well, I was in college when Material Girl was the big hit, right? So we'd be dancing the fraternities at Dartmouth. It was a blast, you know. It was that era, and it was a fun, kind of iconoclastic era. Well, I hate to break the news to Madonna, but that era is over.
Yes.
And there's no amount of kind of physical transformation. That's her business, whatever she wants to do with that. But at some point, like, we all have to kind of realize we're not 25 anymore. We're not 35. We're not 45. Kind of act your age, have fun, enjoy yourself. But I think everyone from Tina Turner to you know, Aretha Franklin, they understood how to progress with age and be really cool and classy. You know, Donna Summers, like all the great recording artists were able to do that. And I think it's maybe a little bit difficult for some people, but at some point it becomes a little bit embarrassing.
I completely agree.
Let's
get to why you thought you were on Piers Morgan Uncensored tonight, which is the... I like to jump in, because you're always so good off the cuff anyway. I can ask you anything. But this issue of the classified documents, two things about it. Leon Panetta, to my surprise just now, said this. Let's play a little clip.
It does detract from, frankly, you know, President Biden's effort to try to say that what President Trump did was wrong. The fact is what he did is not correct either. So both are going to have to face the consequences for the way they mishandled classified documents.
I mean, interesting from Panetta there, I thought, given that he worked, of course, on the administration, Biden and Obama. In a way, I mean, Biden's obviously, he's lost the moral ground on this. It might be more serious. We don't know yet what the consequences will be. But A, what do you think about the implications for him? But also, what does it mean for Trump, who was obviously very beleaguered on this very issue, but now perhaps not so exposed?
Well, a very interesting poll. Again, it's a snapshot. We don't know exactly what it means long term, but an interesting poll came out today by Morning Consult. It's a fairly well-respected poll in the United States. And Trump, and it was a Republican primary poll, and Trump's favorables, I believe, were 50%, which was the highest. I mean, I'm talking about overall voters, the highest they've been in quite a long time. And he trounces DeSantis by 17 points. Some other polls showed DeSantis and Trump very close together, or even in some cases, DeSantis ahead of Trump. So it might be that people are beginning to see that, all the so-called controversies that people think, we got him this time, we got him this time, that this is kind of another one of those. And that in tough times, there's still quite a hardcore group of Republicans in the United States who think that Trump is the only guy to be able to take on the swamp. He knows where the bodies are buried now, and he'll know how to hire people right off the bat and maybe have his priorities straight right off the bat. That's what I'm hearing from a lot of people, but it's way early. I know that sounds like a cop-out, but it really is. It really is way early. But I think on this issue, I'm half expecting, Biden to find, some documents in his dog's bed or something at this point. Like, who knows? Who knows? That dog that kept biting people? It's back in Wilmington. So maybe the dog ate the documents. I mean, I don't know where they're going to turn up next.
It could go anywhere. Laura, thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. The Laura Ingraham Angle.
Great to see him. I'm a big fan.
Well, I'm a big fan
I'm a big fan of yours.
Mutual big fans.
All right, back at you.
It's great to have you on the show. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.